Brand here, Ubiquitous Influence. It is that time. We're diving into some influencer marketing 101. Wondering where you can find influencers? Finding influencers for your next marketing campaign can feel like searching for a thread of hay in a stack of needles. Subtly painful, constantly irritating, and time-consuming as heck. But what if I told you that all work truly pays off by brands getting $5.78 ROI for every $1 spent on influencer marketing? Then would you dive headfirst into the stack of needles? The fact is that every brand can benefit from influencer marketing in some form or another. Whether it be a one-time campaign to help boost awareness or a long-term partnership to help grow the reach of the brand, influencers are the modern-day celebrity and they have a massive pull when it comes to their audience. The only challenge? Finding the right one for your next influencer marketing campaign. Luckily for you, we spend most of our time helping brands collaborate with influencers to develop content that stops thumbs from scrolling. So we know the ins and outs of this game, and we want to share them with you. Here's how to find influencers for your next marketing campaign. Let's just be real. You have to establish a campaign goal before you do anything else. Setting a singular, clear, and concise campaign goal sets up all parties for success. It allows you and eventually the influencer to both look back on the work you did and determine if it was successful or not and find room for future improvement. Here's the easy way to determine your influencer marketing campaign goal. Decide if this effort is about brand awareness, direct response, or sales. Once you've chosen this goal, it's time to jump over to step 2, picking your influencer marketing strategy. Before you go scouring the World Wide Web in search of the perfect influencer, you need to decide what strategy you want to use in order to ensure that you meet the goals you set out for in step 1. These strategies will be a critical part of helping to find the right influencers for 2 reasons. First, depending on the strategy you've chosen, you might need to work with a specific type of influencer to achieve what you're looking for. Knowing what strategies you are going to apply to this campaign will inform what type of influencers you need. For example, if you are doing a brand awareness campaign, you might decide to partner with an influencer who highlights new products on their feed every week instead of working with an influencer who does comedic bit videos. The second way these strategies will help is by narrowing down the types of content your audience prefers, helping inform future campaigns with these influencers. Influencer marketing strategies can vary from industry to industry, brand to brand, but we like to focus on the ones we find the most success with on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Here are the 6 we recommend for brands jumping into influencer marketing for the first time. By the way, we have a full video that tells you how to pick one of these strategies and use it for your brand that you can check out right here. Now, on to step 3. There are millions of different influencers out there, no 2 alike. From nano and micro influencers all the way to macro and mega, there is a perfect influencer out there for every brand and campaign. You just need to know what you're looking for. First, ask yourself this question. Do you want to entertain, educate, or inspire? These 3 categories are the pillars of all social media content and help establish the type of content you want influencers to create. And while most marketing teams might focus on one specific category for a campaign, we like to suggest another approach by spreading it out across all 3 categories so you can test what works best for your audience. From there, it's a matter of setting a number that reaches your needs and budget. For brands new to the influencer marketing space, we always encourage the more is better mentality with budget. You're always better off working with a variety of influencers that range in size and status rather than putting all of your eggs in one basket for a single individual. A safe bet is somewhere between 5 to 10 influencers for this first campaign. Once you run a few of them, you'll have a better understanding of what types of influencers and how many of them are necessary to continue your influencer marketing efforts. Now for step 4. It's time to get down to business. Let's talk about finding the influencers for your campaign. There are tons of different ways you can find these folks on the World Wide Web, but here are the 3 easiest and most common ways to track them down. Most brands will start here when they want to find influencers because it's free and easy. Or at least that's what most people think. But the fact of the matter is that finding influencers is quite challenging and takes some serious research before you start doing outreach. Typically, this route looks something like this. Searching through keywords and hashtags on social media channels on outlets like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Looking for brands with similar characteristics in other industries that have partnered with influencers in the past. Finding prior influencer campaigns in the space so you can see what's been done and so you don't replicate it. Determining audience crossover and compatibility with your brand, aka asking yourself, does this influencer or group of influencers share a similar audience with the brand? Finding accurate contact information, email and phone are rarely located and are hard to come by in the link in bio. Then you have to actually grab the attention of a busy influencer, which is a lot harder than it seems. All that being said, there are a few less labor-intensive approaches that can save you time when it comes to finding influencers, but might cost you a few extra Benjamins. Social media search tools have been around for a while now, and they're great at helping to identify current social media trends and topics. The challenge is that there are a lot of them out there, and some of them straight up suck. Trust us, we've tried just about all of them. Luckily, through much trial and error, we did find a few that are helpful, especially for brands who are new to influencer marketing and have a limited budget they want to save for actually leveraging influencers. Here are the 3 best free social media search tools we recommend for brands: Social Searcher, Mention, Google Trends. The third way that you can find influencers is through agencies. Agencies vary in size and focus, but the primary differentiator when it comes to influencers represented by agencies is that they are well established and have a proven track record. Influencers that have chosen to work with an agency most of the time have already earned a spot as a paid contractor for the brand. Creators at this level know what it's like to work with brands and collaborate on projects together, which usually results in quicker turnaround times and better ROIs for both parties involved. The challenge here is that working with these well-established influencers will usually cost you more than if you were to work with a smaller one like a nano influencer. The bottom line is that agencies are a great way to get in touch with influencers and find the ones that will fit best on your campaign, just as long as you're willing to pay the bill to make it happen. Psst. We do this really well. Seriously, we've got a massive network of influencers who are eager to help you with this campaign. But we'll get to that in a second. This step is one that many brands miss when they start working with influencers, and that is to track everything. Consider creating a running list for potential creators that fit the criteria you're looking for. That way, you can conduct outreach in an organized and intentional manner. The last thing you want to do is spend hours looking for influencers only to find out nobody was documenting the ones you want to reach out to. Jump into a simple Google spreadsheet and start a list that contains the influencer's name, social handles, follower and like count, engagement rates, views, audience characteristics, and niche. Order it in priority of the influencers you want the most, down to the backups that you can attack this marketing mission with the plan. This document will act as an influencer contact sheet that you can reference as this campaign moves down the line, or if you need to make a change and work with a different influencer. Trust me when I tell you, this thing will make all the difference when you start looking for influencers for another campaign. Okay, here's the last step to finding the right influencers. It's simple. Start contacting influencers. The ways in which you choose to do that can vary from a good old-fashioned slide into the DMs to a cold email or a phone call if you're lucky enough to find a number. Decide what forms of communication you want to use to start up a conversation with a specific influencer and get to scripting out your message. We'd like to tell every brand that's reaching out to influencers to keep their emails short or under 250 words. That way the influencer can actually read it without having to brace themselves for a novel. There you have it, the basic guide to finding influencers for your next marketing campaign. Now you're armed with everything you need to get out there and start tracking down the right influencers for your brand so that you can grow your audience and convert faithful followers into happy customers. And if you love the idea of leveraging more influencers for your marketing efforts but hate the idea of adding more work to your plate, we've got the answer. Here at Ubiquitous, our entire focus is helping brands deploy badass influencer marketing campaigns that turn heads and stack green. That's money, in case you were wondering. If that sounds like something you want to do, drop us a line and we'll get the conversation started. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and cheers! I'm gonna finish this Diet Coke.